And now to a story that popped up on my radar today. Who is in charge of the Republican Party? The newly elected Republican Party chairman, Michael Steele, is already finding himself in hot water.
You have your view, I have mine. We don't need incendiary rhetoric.
Exactly.
Like Rush Limbaugh, who is the de facto leader of the Republican Party.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've never
I'm the
heard
de facto
anybody
leader of the Republican Party.
Then you know what? then I can appreciate that.
Michael Steele, you are head of the RNC. You are not head of the Republican Party. It seems to me that it's Michael Steele who is off to a shaky start.
Steele apologized Monday for his comments, dismissing Rush as an entertainer, saying that he's a, quote, national conservative leader. Joining me live from Washington is Democratic strategist and president of the New Democratic Network, Simon Rosenberg, and Republican strategist and former president of the Republican Governors Association, Phil Musser. Welcome to both of you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Nora.
Phil, who
Thanks,
is
Nora.
the leader of the Republican Party?
I'm the leader of the Republican Party, Nora. Darn it. Look, okay, little bit of factual update for your viewers since we ran that clip. To be fair, Michael Steele has spoken to Rush Limbaugh.
Yes.
Cable TV, sometimes, you know, you're kind of talking in the heat of the moment. I think Michael Steele probably regrets a little bit of the narrative that he laid out with respect to Rush, because Rush is an important voice, but he is one of many voices in the Republican Party. Lots of leading stars like Michael Steele, other governers who have
But Phil,
varying
what about
voices.
those that say that there's a bunch of Republicans who are groveling when it comes to Rush Limbaugh, that once they say something that upsets Rush Limbaugh, whether it was Congressman Gingrey or now Michael Steele, they go back and they call and apologize and bow down to Rush Limbaugh and say, I'm sorry I ever said anything bad about you?
You know, Nora, Rush has got a loud megaphone, and I think that in the context of whether it's a smart idea to engage in provocative back and forth with a celebrity who's got extraordinary reach, you know, and obviously is in a...
Oh, you just called him a celebrity. That's what Steele got in trouble for, calling him an entertainer.
Well, look, I think he's, you know, I think he obviously has got an audience that he performs for and talks to every day, and you know, he's an important voice in the Republican Party, but he's not the only voice in the Republican Party. And so I think this episode, unfortunately, has provided a really good tit for tat when there are a lot of other more important things going on as the left in this country is really trying to socialize our economy.
Simon, what about that? There's a lot saying that it's very smart politics on behalf of the White House Chief of Staff to say, oh, Rush Limbaugh is now the head of the Republican Party, to sort of point that finger in order to distract from what's going on with the budget up on Capitol Hill, for instance, today.
Look, I think that what's going on with the Republican Party is one of the biggest stories in America today. They were in charge of this country for most of the last decade. They ran the country into the ground. I think the Democrats have reached their hand out to them in recent months and asked them to come along to fix the problems that their party created. And what we've heard from the Republicans is no. And Nora, as you showed in your own poll, that's not going over very well with the American people. What we've seen in the polling is this initial engagement between Barack Obama trying to solve the problems that face the country today, and the Republicans, that the Republicans' poll numbers have tanked. And they're now in the lowest standing they've been in America for at least 40 years. And so I think that the story that what we want is we want to see a constructive Republican Party, not encouraging the president to fail, but to acting as a vital partner in really solving the great challenges of the country. We don't have that today.
All right, Simon Rosenberg, Phil Musser. It's a little bit short today because we took a lot of Robert Gibbs in the White House press briefing. Great to see both of you. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Nora.
And we've got just minutes to go now before the closing bell.